26 grams of iron are reacted with 44 grams of hydrochloric acid, which is a limiting reagent, and how much iron 2 chloride will be produced. All limiting reagent problems require you to find out how much iron and how much hydrochloric acid what quantity of iron 2 chloride they will individually create. Whichever one is the smaller number is the one that gets consumed first and is your limiting reagent. So 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be for 26 grams of iron. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this will be for 44 grams of hydrochloric acid. Grams of what you know you have 26 grams of iron, 2 moles of iron, 2 moles of what? What are we trying to find out? What do we want to know? Iron 2 chloride, FeCl2. That's the question. Which is a limiting reagent? Which of these makes the lesser amount of this one, the primary product? All right. And we're going all the way to grams of iron chloride because it's easier to identify. I'm going to do the same thing down here. Grams of HCl, 2 moles of HCl, 2 moles of iron 2 chloride, 2 grams of iron 2 chloride. If you don't want to do them at the same time, don't. Work one through, then work the second through. So let's finish out the top one, iron. I'm just bringing my units down. So moles of iron will come here. Moles of FeCl2 will come here. I'm going to individually look at each relationship so that I can figure out how many moles of iron equals how many grams. The relationship of moles of iron to grams of iron is the definition of a mole. 1 mole equals its molar mass expressed as grams. So on the periodic table, iron is 55.85 grams per mole. Now I'm moving on to this relationship. Moles of iron to moles of FeCl2. The only place you'll ever get the relationship between something in moles to moles, called the molar relationship, is your balanced equation, your recipe. So this recipe says 1 mole of iron is equal to 1 mole of iron 2 chloride. Final step, grams moles relationship. 1 mole equals the mass of FeCl2, which is 126.75 grams. Somebody work this out. Loud, please. 59.01 grams of FeCl2. Okay. Again, now we know how much FeCl2 iron will make. This quantity of iron will make. 44 grams of hydrochloric acid. All right, bringing my unit, grams of HCl down here. Moles of HCl down here. Moles of iron chloride down here. Alrighty. Fill it in. Gram to mole of the same compound. All right. 1 mole of hydrochloric acid equals 36.45 grams. That's its molar mass. How many grams per mole? All right. Moles of HCl and FeCl2. 2 moles of HCl is equal to 1 mole of FeCl2, straight from the balanced formula. Okay, final step. This is a molar mass. 1 mole of iron chloride equals 126.75 grams of iron chloride, to equal how much? Where's it at? 76.5 grams. Which of these is a limiting reagent? The one that made the lesser amount? The iron. So what does that mean HCl is? The excess reagent, at least 44 grams of it. Question said, which is a limiting reagent? Iron. And how much iron 2 chloride will be produced? How much? How much will be produced? Which of those numbers? Both of these tell you how much iron chloride could be produced. This number tells you how much is produced from iron, and this tells you how much can be produced with hydrochloric acid individually. But as a pair, which one is the representative amount of how much will actually be formed? Which one? The smaller one of the two. 59.01. And that number 76.5 means what? Nothing. You're never, ever, don't say it, never, ever going to use that number. In this scenario, that number means nothing. You just simply don't have enough iron to make that number work.